Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Breaking news here at 6. We're getting a look at the man charged with the murder of Detroit Jewish synagogue leader Samantha Wall. It tops our news on Local 4 News at 6. I'm Devin Skillion.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy announced the charges during a press conference this afternoon. Our Jacqueline Francis was there. She joins us live with what we're learning about this man in police custody. Jacqueline.
Well, first, I want to say I just spoke with one of Sam's colleagues in the local Jewish community, and he tells me while they are relieved to learn this was not a hate crime, they're devastated to think someone could do such a thing. Police say this all started with a home invasion right here in this Lafayette Park neighborhood where Sam lived. Officials telling us that the suspect, 28-year-old Michael Bolanos of Detroit, broke into her home and assaulted her, ultimately stabbing her to death. Despite the victim being a prominent member of the local Jewish community, officials say this was not a hate crime and that the two did not know one another. A few weeks ago, police began looking into Bolanos as a suspect after he was caught breaking into a car in the area. There's a lot police cannot say at this time. The chief even calling this one of the most complex cases he's been a part of. The prosecutor was also there for today's announcement. Here's what she had to say.
This is something that's been ongoing since October the 21st. I've been at this for a long time. Investigations don't usually happen in the 44-minute legal procedural type TV shows. They take time, they take attention, they take energy, they take passion, they take experience. We look at every angle, not we, the police look at every angle they can, whether it's forensic evidence, other investigative tools that they use. It was painstaking cell phone work, all kinds of things that took a very long time in this case. There was an incredible amount of work that was done in the investigation phase of this case. It was not easy, but again, there was a lot to look at, and we want to make sure that we look at every single angle before we charge a defendant with a crime like this.
We will have more on that conversation from her colleague that we spoke with, along with more from that news conference coming up at 11. Reporting live in Lafayette Park, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
Okay, Jacqueline, we look forward to your report then. Thank you so much.
All right, now to more breaking news. Moments ago, the U.S. House approved a resolution to formalize an impeachment inquiry into President Biden. Up until this point, House Republicans did not have enough support for a full vote. It comes as the president's son, Hunter Biden, defied the Republican investigators' subpoena for closed-door testimony. Wednesday, top Republican investigators said they will initiate contempt proceedings against him for not appearing for the deposition.
New at 6.
Shots ring out inside a Detroit school with bullets hitting a classroom whiteboard. We're told it happened yesterday at the Detroit Leadership Academy. Sean Lay has been digging into this story for us today. And Sean, police found a handgun in a student's bag.
They did. And think about what you just said, Kimberly, reporting this news. Shots fired inside a classroom. Taking a gun into a school typically makes the news, and emails go out to parents saying a weapon was brought into school. This time, someone brought a weapon. They do have metal detectors there at this charter school on the west side, and then someone fired it in a classroom. And we were tipped off on this. There was no alert put out on this, so we are digging to find out exactly what happened. And this happened at a charter school on the far west side. Take a look. It is extremely quiet at Charter School Detroit Leadership Academy here on Auburn on Detroit's far west side. It was anything but quiet here yesterday. Detroit police confirming to us tonight that officers rushed to the school at 1:24 Tuesday afternoon on a report of shots fired. Not shots somewhere on the street or in the neighborhood here, but gunfire right inside the school. Specifically, Detroit police officers reporting, quote, shots were heard inside a classroom and a teacher found 2 bullet holes in her whiteboard. The school went into lockdown and all students were checked by staff. We have been digging to find out what happened. We found that right now 2 juveniles are being held by police. One is a 15-year-old male. He was pointed out to police as the person who brought a handgun to school. A 14-year-old female was found to be in possession of that handgun. It was found in her bag. We are here at the school, and it appears school is not in session today. A person came to the door. We asked if we could talk to someone who runs the school. He said absolutely he would go get that person. The person at the door never came back. No one with the school ever came up to talk to us, to answer our questions about how this happened, who was involved, and why this happened.
Thank you for calling Detroit Leadership Academy High School.
The buzzer at the door here repeats the same recorded message as the school's voicemail. We have not heard back from anyone with the school. Back here live, Detroit police confirming all of this with me, and they continue to investigate. We still have a lot of questions. They said they're also working to answer those questions. Here's what has to happen, though. That charter school has to report to the school district that this happened. We're still waiting to find out if they did report. Then the district has to report to MSP. It's a state situation, so they know that there was gun violence within that school. It's unclear tonight if any of that has happened. We're live tonight. Sean Light, Local 4. Kimberly, back to you.
Okay, Sean, thank you.
Southfield Public Schools tonight are investigating why some students were forced to sit on the floor of a school bus on the way back from a school field trip.
So this happened yesterday, and it involved University High School Academy students. Will Jones has been getting answers on this incident. He joins us live with more. Will.
Kimberly and Devin, district officials are certainly not pleased that this has happened, but they have launched an investigation from the bus driver, teachers, to the chaperones. No one put a stop to this. When there weren't enough seats on the school bus for University High School Academy students, some had to sit on the floor.
And we're going to make sure it never happens again.
On Tuesday, Southfield Public Schools say about 150 students went to see a private screening of The Color Purple at a Madison Heights movie theater. There were no issues on the way there. But on the way back, one of the buses that came to pick them up had limited seating, and the decision was made to make some students sit on the floor.
We are grateful that no one was injured. We have a third-party vendor that provides our transportation services, and once we heard, we launched a comprehensive investigation.
That third-party vendor for district busing is First Student. The company describes itself as the leading school transportation solutions provider in North America, helping school districts achieve their missions by providing the best start and finish to every school day. But that's not what happened on this school field trip.
So were there chaperones, teachers involved on this? And what responsibility do they bear to say?
Well, again, that's all part of the investigation, and once we have completed the investigation, we will definitely be reviewing our procedures, our policies, and making sure that everyone understands our safety standards.
First Student says they understand the concern that this incident has caused, and they're conducting an internal review. And during this time, the bus driver has been removed from service. We are live tonight. Will Jones, Local 4.
Okay, Will. MSP says it is increasing patrols on roads starting Friday and lasting until the new year. All part of its holiday Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign. Police say from 2018 to 2022, during the Christmas and New Year's holidays, 66 people were killed in traffic crashes in Michigan, including 17 who died in alcohol-involved crashes. Corewell Health says it is limiting visitors to pediatric units at 3 hospitals in southeast Michigan.
The health system says it's due to a risk in pediatric respiratory illnesses. As Victor Williams shows us, this comes as the holidays are right around the corner.
Well, this is one of the facilities that's going to change the way that people visit the little loved ones at the hospital. It's all because an uptick in respiratory illnesses paired with a high number of children being admitted to several Corewell Health hospitals.
We are seeing a lot of respiratory viruses, especially affecting our youngest patients, infants and young children, especially young toddlers.
Going forward, only 2 visitors will be allowed on the bedside in the pediatric units during the day, and only 1 at night at Corewell Health's Beaumont Hospitals, Dearborn, Royal Oak, and Troy.
A lot of RSV, several other respiratory viruses that are out there. We are not seeing a lot of COVID, and we are also not seeing a lot of influenza just yet.
The new policy only applies to patients under the age of 21 in hopes of making it safer for the children at the facilities. Our own Dr. McGeorge understands with the time of the year.
Every hospital has a different threshold for limiting visitors. There are 2 main issues. First is infection control. If you decrease the number of people in the hospital, you decrease the likelihood of spread of things. But there's also the simple fact that at this time of year, hospitals become busier. And when they become busier, having fewer people around, essentially crowd control, is another important element.
That's why using preventative measures to slow down the spread is crucial to staying safe.
The upcoming holiday season and celebratory gatherings are not going to make the respiratory virus situation any better, so everyone just needs to stay home if they're sick and keep their germs to themselves.
And to take it a step even further, new RSV preventatives have also been approved for children, pregnant women, and also adults over the age of 65. Victor Williams, Local 4.
All right, Victor. Let's talk about the weather, which has been on a nice streak here just from seeing the sunshine so much.
Oh, I know. It was great to find the sunglasses this morning because, Kim, you told us we would need them, and we did.
And you'll need them for the rest of the week, as we'll see a lot of sunshine here in Metro Detroit. A nice change, and certainly unusual to have that many sunny days this time of year. 37 in Mount Clemens, it's a little chilly in Pontiac and Lapeer, both at 33, 32 in Howell and Port Huron, mid-30s down in Monroe. We really don't have a lot of wind today, so wind chills aren't too bad. It feels like it's 31 in Mount Clemens, 32 in Howell, and the current wind chill down in Monroe is now 30 degrees. Tomorrow, okay, we start out a little bit cold because we don't have the clouds to keep us warm tonight, so it'll be chilly in the morning, 26 degrees. Then by noon, we're up to 40, 43, 2 o'clock, and we should make it into the low to mid 40s by 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Take a look at this temperature trend. I'm going to step out of the way so you can take a good look at it. The average high 38, and we are well above average for the next 7 days. In fact, Friday, we make it to a high of 51. Now, there's a slight chance of a shower this weekend. I'll tell you when we're thinking that that'll come in coming up.